Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to MLB The Show 25. So, it's game one of our three-game series against the Miami Marlins here at LoanDepot Park. And here is our batting order. So, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. Click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Josh Schaube and Chris Singleton have to call for today's game.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. We've got open-air baseball for you on the show. It's the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Miami Marlins. First pitch coming your way next.
Your Miami Marlins.
Controlling the fan cam. It's kind of cool that you could do that in this game.
Just about set to go now. And on the mound in this one, Sandy Alcantara.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many
Sandy
of those he has a good feel for.
Alcantara is your starting pitcher
really
for the
Mounds.
Mounds.
Guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life
Play ball.
very difficult on his opponents.
Ready to go now. Now at the plate, Lars Newbar.
Pitcher's ready to go, and we're going to take a ball to start this game, and we are off and running here in Miami.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that's a fair ball.
Fair ball. I noticed the Miami Marlins have not been good this season.
Here's Nolan Arenado.
I'm not saying this will be an easy game, no. Sure, they got some dog in us, but
On the ground, 2-ball.
that's doubles.
Flips it, 1 at second, and that's 2.
Oh, man,
Yep,
what a
that's doubles.
smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Batting third, the second baseman, Luke Sullivan.
Luke Sullivan next up for the Cardinals. And that's in for a strike. On the ground, right side, right. That ends the frame. Nothing doing.
And that will be ending the frame here. Scoreless ball game. We get one hit in the game. That's all we get.
To the show.
Jeez.
Back here at LoanDepot Park. And today's starting pitcher, Tomas Rodriguez.
Tomas Rodriguez. Tomas Rodriguez has been really well this season. Let's see if he can keep it up against the Marlins today. Oh, he's calling for a drag bunt.
And at the plate for Miami, Xavier Edwards.
Drag bunt.
Now a drag bunt, third base side.
Foul ball.
And foul ball.
Here's someone, historically speaking, that prefers day games over night games, so I'm excited to see what he does in this one.
Newbar moves under it, brings
Out.
it in, and there's one down. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Oh, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps
Connor Norby.
for a base hit, get him moving
It's
off
a
the mound.
Narby.
If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit, and then when he does come in the zone, you may only get one pitch. You better not miss it.
1 out, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's out number 2.
A pretty good break on the curveball right there. Maybe not as down in the zone as he would have liked, but deceptive enough to get that swing and miss. And if you don't catch that pitch out front on the barrel, it bears in on you pretty hard.
Jesus Sanchez stands in now and watches strike 1. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2. And singing, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to. That's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. And the Marlins down quietly. We played an inning, no score. All set for the start of the inning. Now it's the veteran outfielder, David Mason. Alcantara back to work. Cut on and lifted in the air.
He's got it.
Hauls it in for the out.
Batting fifth, the first baseman,
Enrique Martinez digs in now. That one fouled off.
I just love watching Alcantara get ready for games, Boog. He turns into a different person, just usually cracking jokes and having a good time. But start days are a different story. That's when things get serious for this guy.
Base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. And now the DH, Santiago Montes. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass looking for the sac bunt. Runner on the go. Pitch misses inside. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put
Thought I had the guts to throw one.
Steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
And there's a foul ball. Line drive.
Oh, he couldn't catch that one. That's a base hit. It could be trouble. Santiago's going to go for triples. And that's and we scored the first run of the ball game. Santiago's got a triple.
Do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs.
Again here, as you can see,
shorten up just like that.
Couldn't get it. Santiago goes to third with a triple. Actually, an RBI triple, excuse me.
Burleson, the next to hit. Swing at a ball lifted to center field.
I think Santiago's going to tag up. He does. Sack fly. And that's a sacrifice fly from Santiago. Well done.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Still able to get it there.
And was able to get the play.
And they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits. And welcome back to the ballpark. At the plate, Jonah Bride. There's a strike.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Yeah, that's fouled off. That misses the zone. Count 1-2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize
Dave Lawrence
what
is
it is, and that's what leads to the
umpire
strikeout.
today.
The other way. Arenado to first in time. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. Out towards left center. Mason sizes this one up, and the inning is over. After 2,
We have a problem.
it's a 2-0 ball game. And we're back, and the batter will be the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Line to left, and that'll get down for a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Nice line
Lars
drive to the
Nootbaar
close
back
side
up to the
right
top of
there,
the order
but
we
he didn't spin
go.
off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And hauls it in for the out.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
Nice stop. The feed for one. Out. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. No runs,
Earned 2 on that double play.
And no one left. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Cardinals 2 and the Marlins. As we go to the last of the third. And now here's the Marlins DH, Davison De Los Santos. Right through there for a strike.
Davison De Los
just
Santos.
21 years old. And they went out and made a trade for him last season. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
0-2.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. And up next for Miami, Derek Hill. And first offering is fouled off. Out to short.
Base hit.
And save.
That's a base hit.
Busted it down the line for that infield single.
Well, that's one of those where you just have to tip your cap because he couldn't have played that one any better.
It was
Still
too late
no
for the
chance
catcher.
with the speed running down the line.
What?
One down. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Nick Fortes.
That's
And that one lifted
Sky
in the
to
air,
right,
center field.
Sky to center
Nootbaar moves
field.
under it. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Up next for the Marlins.
So the batting order turns
The
over.
shortstop,
Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here.
Edwards.
That one's in there. Going 1.
Xavier
Well, if he's going to
Edwards.
steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
.99 miles per hour to finish him off. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. On to inning number 4. It's the Cardinals 2 and the Marlins nothing. Back here in Miami, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Luke Sullivan. That one pushed foul.
Challenge the hitter.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
0-2 is the count.
Can't glove it cleanly.
Oh, he can't catch
Still
it.
finds a way to get off a throw.
Oh, and he's
Throw
safe.
won't get there in
Will
time, and
that
the
be ruled an
speedy
error?
runner is on at
Yes, it
first.
is.
Pretty much gifted a leadoff base runner
That
right
is
there.
ruled an
And
error.
As an offense, this is where you really want to take advantage. Apply some pressure this inning. Make
So he'll
that
probably get a
error
good old butt chewing from the manager there.
Man at first,
Good
nobody
old
out.
butt chewing.
Now up the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, David Mason. He's 0 for 1. First
That's a
pitch
ball.
doesn't find the zone. Alcantara, multi-time All-Star. He features a sinker, a changeup, a four-seamer, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Lined into right. Sanchez makes the catch for the out. And there's 1 down.
The first baseman, number 7.
And now the
Enrique
first baseman, Enrique
Martinez.
Martinez. 1 for 1 with a single so far. in there, and it's 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Oh,
Swings here.
goodbye.
Drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it.
397 feet.
So he goes the opposite way with that one. It's 4-0.
Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
So up next, Santiago Montez. Swing and a bouncer. Edwards on the run, sends it over to
Safe.
first. He beats it out, and the tapper turns into an infield single. Now it's the right fielder, Alec Burleson. Drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. Swing and a ground ball up the middle, and he beats it. He's safe.
No, he's safe.
2 on, 1 out. And here's the catcher, Ivan Herrera. Grounded out his first time up. Swing.
Ooh, broken bat.
There's 1 out. Over to first. That's 2.
Ooh.
Nicely done.
Ivan Herrera was
6-3, and
smashed, shatters his bat.
2 runs for St. Louis on
Broken
this
into
blast.
multiple
It's
pieces.
now a 4-0 ball game. Back here at LoanDepot Park, ready to go, bottom 4. And now it's going to be Connor Norby.
Base hit.
Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. And now for the Marlins, Jesus Sanchez. And that one is inside ball 1.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
And that one misses up and in.
2-1.
And a count 2-1. Swing and a miss at 1.
Count to square, 2-2 now. Double play situation now.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Toughest pitch to hit, fastball on the outer black.
Now
Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Showdown.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Jonah Bride. Struck out swinging his first time. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Swings through that one.
Belly just threw that fastball
No
by
balls,
him,
2 strikes.
elevated, and if you're not looking up
0-1.
in that location, very difficult to
1
catch
ball,
up to,
2
especially with
strikes.
that velocity.
Swing
Pop
and a
up.
pop up. Martinez.
Martinez, that's
Settles
yours,
under this
buddy.
one. Drops into the glove. 2 down. And here's the first baseman, Matt Mervis. 0 for 1 so far. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
0-1.
Foul ball. And a pitch. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Marlins leave 1. They trail it here 4-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 5th. Now up for St. Louis, Mason Wynn. Up the middle, and a base hit.
Almost took out
And
the
that
damn
turns
pitcher.
the lineup over. Now the Marlins manager out of
Oh, now the
dugout,
Marlins
and
come
he'll
out with
make
the
a move to
manager. Now the
pen.
manager
Eddie
is
Alcantara won't go any further, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on, not his bet.
Pitching for the Marlins.
Back to the top of the lineup.
It's a little early for that, isn't it?
Next up for the Cardinals.
Martinez.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
You know, these Cardinals putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game
just
before
wanted.
he settles
I just
in.
need
So
to
I'd
check
say
swing and see if
mission
we can try to.
accomplished.
Swing and a line drive, and that one's a base hit out into left center field. And it's now 1st and 2nd to start the inning. First and second, no outs. Here's Nolan Arenado. 0 for 2 in this one. On the ground to short, could be 2. To first, and he beats it.
Oh, we have the bases loaded.
3 hits in a row for the offense. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs. But sometimes you got to.
In the air, left field, down the line. Base hit. 1 run is in. Now the second run is in. It's
2 runs are in.
And up next for St. Louis, David Mason. And what a two-way player, not just offensively, but as good a defensive outfielder as there is in the game. Trying to bunt his way on. Picks it up with a bare hand to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. Enrique Martinez. Next up for the Cardinals. He's already homered here in this one. Back to the mound. It hit him. Whips it to first on the run. Run scores, but a terrific play to get the out. Here's the Cardinal DH, Santiago Montes.
Santiago Montes.
Swing at a high fly ball left field. Myers nabs it. Runner tags from third. He's in on the sack fly.
Jesus, we're scoring like crazy here today.
There's a sack fly to bring home a.
They're calling in another manager. They're calling in for another pitcher. Jesus.
Number 51.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
In the air out to center. Hill on the move. Snags it on the run. And that's the third out. Well, this game isn't very close, Siggy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
All right, Siggy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
Got him looking. Strikeout number 8.
Oh, he's been racking up the strikeouts, and what's so impressive, not walking anyone. I mean, this guy's just going right after hitters, filling up the strike zone, and it looks like hitters, they're trying to think with him, but they just are a pitch behind. Dominating stuff out there on the mound.
1 down, base is empty. And it's fouled away. Very high with that one. And that's ball 1. Do you remember when Tim Kirkchin ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're bumping high 90s, you get away with some of those. More margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport. And I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
Mason squeezes it. That is the inning. And we're back. And now the catcher comes up to him.
He's got a new bat now.
Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting, shortstop Mason.
And now the shortstop, Mason Wynn. He's 2 for 2. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Cronin in his second season, 27 years old, and he found his way onto the team after being claimed off waivers. And the 0-1. And that is out of play. Got it. 1 down.
Damn it.
And now the
Now
center
batting,
fielder,
the center
Lars
fielder,
Nootbaar.
Lars Nootbaar.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
0-1's the count.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Ground ball up the middle. Right. He's in there.
Protecting with strikes on him.
Now
And
batting,
putting the ball in
third
play
baseman,
speaks to cutting down the
Nolan.
strikeouts, shortening up with 2 strikes.
So now it's Nolan Arenado. Liner, base hit. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with 1 out. Standing in is the power hitting second baseman, Luke Sullivan. Yeah, he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
0-2.
Got him. And there are 2 down. So they're all loaded up. Mason getting ready to hit. 1 for 3. That one finds the zone, and it's
0-1's the
0-1.
count.
Some hitters are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Next
Oh,
offering
that pitch is out.
upstairs.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
That one 95 to finish him off. So 3 left for St. Louis as the lead holds. Back here in
Got a
Miami,
trophy.
here's the
For the
catcher,
Marlins,
Nick
The catcher,
Fortes.
Nick Fortes.
Rodriguez back to work. And that
Nope.
one upstairs, ball 1.
You know, these Marlins just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it
I got
quite
1
a
ball,
bit
1
today.
strike.
It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Arenado gets it to first.
He's out.
1 up, 1 down.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
And that one fouled off.
Ball, that's just out.
On the ground.
Nope, that's foul.
And it goes just foul. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Pretty electric stuff showing up on the mound right now. I mean,
Up
in the
next,
double-digit
for the Marlins,
strikeouts, he should be
the
able to
third
rack
baseman,
up some more
Connor
before he's done in this one. And not many of these hitters have had much of an answer for what he's offering out there.
Norby in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Swings through that one for strike 2.
He's controlling
0-2
things
the
out
count.
there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Nootbaar makes the grab, and that's the inning. Back here at LoanDepot Park. And now the first baseman, Enrique Martinez. In the air, left field, down the line. And that drops foul. And now the count is even.
1-1.
The 1-1 is fouled off. That's it, center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Line drive.
They put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
Swing and a ball lifted left field, and it falls. And now two aboard. Ivan Herrera now at the plate.
Runner.
Double steal. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to third. Save. Double steal. Up the middle. Dives and he can't hang on. In comes the runner from third. It's an RBI single, and they now lead.
Let's get the bullpen activated.
Lead by 9.
Win.
Now a chance for Mason Wynn. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's an RBI single, and it's a double-digit lead as they're up by 10.
Pitching for the Marlins.
Back to the top of the order, and here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Lars Nootbaar.
Rodriguez.
Maybe a 2-ball, 5. To
Oh,
second,
it's
pulls
foot
it
off the bag.
Everybody's going to be safe.
Well, an error
Yes,
like
it
that,
is,
you
and
look at
that's
the
an error.
scoreboard And you kind of wonder if they are losing focus out there. And look, it can be tough to stay locked in when you're getting blown out. We've all been there. And I'm not saying that's definitely what happened on this.
Roll to short, could be 2. Slings to second, and yet another twin killing. Their 4th of the day.
7th inning stretch time.
Put 2 on the board, 4 hits, 1 error, but 2 are left stranded. Midway in inning number. Set for the last half of the 7th, and at the plate for Miami, Jesus Sanchez. A little out front there as he swings through it.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Got him swinging.
Is he ready?
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. And
Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout, and he'll make a move.
Let's put Mickey in.
Pitching for
So
Let's
they
put
turn
Dawson
things
in.
over to the righty, Micah
33.
Dawson.
compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him. So he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Cut on and missed. Curveball struck him out.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location. But clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
And a big swing and a miss.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Miami. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the second baseman, Luke Sullivan. Out towards right center field. Hill sizing this one up. Corrals it. And there's one down. David Mason next up for the Cardinals.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
And a swing and a miss there.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, we played a blowout. This is probably a high-scoring game for us.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout.
Oh, that's right.
Pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
Ah.
And that extends the inning. So digging in, Santiago Montez. And a liner out into right center for a base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits. So up next, Alec Burleson. Headed towards the corner. And a foul ball. Swing and a base hit. Coming home. He'll score easily. And it's an RBI single. And they extend their lead. So first and second with 2 outs. And now Ivan Herrera. Bunting, but that's a foul ball. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
0-2.
Yeah, he doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
Right through there.
Can't even get it. God damn it.
And stops things from getting out of here. And we're back. Now the
Leadoff
left
for
fielder,
the Marlins,
Dane Myers.
The left fielder, Dane Myers.
That one missed. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
In the air to left down the line. Mason on the move. He's there. He's got it. And a quick out number 1. And now here's the Marlins DH, Davison De Los Santos. And there's a strike.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
The Marlins with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 2 down, bases empty. Derek Hill, the next up for the Marlins. First pitch misses. Just off the inside edge. 2 outs, bases empty. Swing and a foul straight back. That one the other way. Hauls it in to end the inning. And 1-2-3. Back here in Miami, new inning getting started. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Mason Wynn. He swings and fouls one off. Enriquez, a righty that throws with power. He features a changeup, a slider, a four-seamer, and he works in a sinker. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. 1 away. Here's the center fielder, Lars Nootbaar. Out there to center, and it falls. Man at first with 1 gone. Now up for St. Louis, Nolan Arenado. Line drive. Snags it for the second out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
That one the other way. Makes the catch, inning over.
Final inning. Let's finish this game.
Back here at LoanDepot Park. Now here is Nick Fortes. And first offering is fouled off. The other way. Hauls
Good
it
catch,
in.
Martinez.
Here's one away.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Mason. He's got it, and there's two away. So they're down to their final out. Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. That one
Ball,
inside,
that's inside.
and that's ball one. Two down, nobody on. Here in the last half of inning number 9. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. One strike away. Swing and a ball popped in the air.
And that's how we're going to end the game.
And the Cardinals use 2 pitchers to combine for the shutout.
Well, we saw complete domination in this one. The offense exploded for a blowout, and then the pitching staff nails, locked down the opponent. This team did everything right today.
Big shutout. Big shutout. Wasn't expecting the Marlins to be that horrible. Player of the game goes to Enrique Martinez with the game ball. But yeah, Marlins not too good. But big shutout. Wasn't expected to be a shutout, obviously, but that's it for us. We're done. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.